never understood something until later on in my life. As I read in the scriptures, I realized God doesn't want me to do this by myself. He doesn't want me just to follow him on my own. That's why he created church, the church. We now, before God, should have a fellowship together, a sharing, not just of thoughts, ideas, but a sharing of everything to really care for one another. And the question is do you want to be a part of it? Do you want to have this sharing, this fellowship that God intended for his church? Or do you want to continue living in isolation?
Are you filming now? Wait, oh yeah, okay, filming. For me, it was more the language barrier. So it's like, I walk in, I sit down, I play the guitar. I don't even maybe sometimes I understand praise, but it's usually that I block my ears when it comes to sermon because I don't really understand. But yeah, sometimes I get what they're saying, sometimes I don't.
Similar.
Yeah.
Language, and also because now we're a house church, there's not a lot of people my age, so community is a bit hard because of the age as well, age difference, and the culture.
In my experience, when I was young, when I went to church, I always thought of it as a building, something that I would always go with my parents. Being born into a Christian family, I always thought of church as just a place I had to go, where I was always forced to go and try.
Over the years, it's just been like I've been going because my family's been going, and I was like forced to go. But very recently, after I came back from a youth camp at Costa, I finally found God, and yeah, that's just my journey.
To me, church is about Christians coming together and worshipping God.
I think it's a place where I'm able to learn about God, more about God, and how He wants us to live out our lives. Yeah, I think that's like what I get out of church.
So I think a church is where you can come, like a fellowship where you can come and encourage others. Just talk about how you've been with God throughout the week, build each other up, and like a community, I guess.
As I grew up, as I started going to high school and I learned more and more about church, I started thinking of it as a family and more just a place where we can gather and just have fun and talk about things. And then later on, as I started doing Bible study, I learned that church was just a body of Christ. It's where he compared it to a building, and like the church is just each component, each and every one of us is a brick in that small building, and it just continues to grow. And without each brick, it will just crumble apart. And Jesus is the cornerstone of that building, and church is just a body and a tool of God. And church is not necessarily a set place or a building, but rather it's a place where it's one or two Christians gather. It's a gathering of Christians, not a building itself.
Unexplainable life, I can hardly